Here we are working on the second semester final review, and we're starting out on question 15. First thing we're going to do is we're going to solve each of these by subtracting 1 from each side. And I get x is less than -3, or dividing by 2 I get x is greater than 3. If I was going to graph that, I would write x is less than, so it would be parenthesis going to the left, x is greater than going to the right, and then in interval notation I would say from -infinity to -3 and from 3 to infinity, and we need to union those. Question number 16, it says 2 more than twice the number is equal to the number itself. So 2 more than twice the number, well, twice the number would be 2x. 2 more than that would be plus 2, is equal to itself, x. So if I solve this by subtracting 2x from both sides, I get 2 equals -x, and multiplying both sides by -1 gives me x equals -2. Question number 17, they give us a bunch of points to graph, and -3, -2 is right there. -1, 0 is right there on the x-axis. 0, 1, 2, 2, and 3, 3. So my graph would look similar to this. And then we're to tell if it is a function. Remember, to tell if it's a function, we would use the vertical line test, and there's no place in here where a vertical line would hit more than 1 point. So yes, it is a function. Question number 18, we're to do the same thing. Graph the points 3, 3, -2, -3, -3, -2, 4, 1, 0, 1, 3, 4, and 2, 2. If you're looking at the graph here, if we look at these 2 points right there, we would hit both of those with a vertical line test. So no, that is not a function. Question number 19. We are to find out what this value is when we plug in x equals 4. If I plug in, I get 25 minus 2 times 4. 25 minus 4 is, of course, 17. Let's do number 20. We're plugging in 2 in for x. I get the absolute value of 2 minus 5. And I get the absolute value of -3 is 3. Question number 21. If I plug in 1 in for x, I get 1 squared plus 5 times 1 plus 1. 1 squared is 1 plus 5 plus 1 is 7. Question 22, they want us to graph this equation. If we graph, the y-intercept is 3, and my slope is 1/2, so up 1 over 2, up 1 over 2, and I get a graph that looks like that. For number 23, it's in standard form, so I'm going to use a table to find my intercepts. If x is equal to 0, I get y equals -8, and if y is equal to 0, I get x equals 2. Graphing those points, 0, -8, and 2, 0, and my graph would look like that. Question 24, we're supposed to find an equation with a slope of 1/2 and a y-intercept of 2. We know that m in the equation, y equals mx plus b, is the slope, so substituting in for the slope and the y-intercept, I get y equals 1/2 x plus 2. Here we're given a slope and the point. We should use point-slope form. So I'm going to say y minus y1 equals 1 times the quantity of x minus x1. Simplifying, I get y plus 3 equals x minus 2. Minus the 3 from both sides, I get y equals x minus 5. Question 26, they're giving us 2 points and wanting us to find the equation of the line. First thing I'm going to do is use the slope equation to find the slope between these 2 points. y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. And I get negative 4 over negative 4, which is 1. Then I'm going to use the point slope form with the point 3, 4. And I'm going to go y minus y1 equals 1 times the quantity of x minus x1. Simplifying, I get y equals x plus 1, adding 4 to both sides. Number 27, write the equation of the line that passes through that point and is parallel to this. Well, to get the line slope, we need to get the slope of this one, so I'm going to subtract x from both sides. Negative y equals negative x plus 4. Multiplying the whole thing by negative 1, I get y equals x minus 4. So my parallel slope is going to be 1, just like the slope on that line. So I'm going to plug it into point slope form, and I get y minus y1 equals 1 times the quantity x minus x1. Simplifying, I get y equals x plus 5.